found a space to catch your breath, 'cause maybe we should know better than holding on forever for something that's no better than this. So please don't take me home. I wanna stop. You can't give me something that I've got. Please don't take me home. I want it all to cure my sense of wonder. Please don't take me home. I wanna stop. You can't give me something that I've got. Please don't take me home. I want it all. I want it all, but I don't wait. Time makes a fool of forever. When you don't make a difference, still you don't mean a thing without it. I found a space to catch your breath, 'cause maybe we should know better than holding on forever for something that's no better than this. Yeah, 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 yeah. Now please don't take me home. I wanna stop. You can't give me something that I've got. Please don't take me home. I want it all to cure my sense of wonder. Please don't take me home. I wanna stop. You can't give me something that I've got. Please don't take me home. I want it all. So please don't take me home. I wanna stop. You can't give me something that I've got. Please don't take me home. I want it all to cure my sense of wonder. Please don't take me home. I wanna stop. You can't give me something that I've got. Please don't take me home. I want it all.
The following is a special presentation. From the Captain Esports Network.
Daytona International Speedway welcomes you in. This Tuesday night, we get ready to do some racing from the World Center of Racing. It's round number 4 of the TI Gen 4 Series here at Daytona, virtually on iRacing. It's one of 2 races that'll see these cars at this track this week. This originally was going to be the week we ran at Charlotte for this series, but with a little partnership, the All-American Cup Series that kicks off Friday night at Daytona, we made the switch, and now you got 2 Daytona races this week, starting with this one tonight, and of course Friday night in Daytona. As checkered flag waves in practice, getting ready to go out here and qualify in just a moment. I am the captain. We get you ready to go racing here for 65 laps and 150-something miles, 160 miles I think it is actually, when it is all said and done. Let's take a look at the point standings. Entering tonight's race, Casey Carrington with 2 wins in his first 3 starts. He leads by 19 over Brandon Alphin. Stephen Miles is right there also. Ty Young, 4th in points so far, looking pretty good in his first 3 races. Alex Bryce in your top 5. You see all the way down to the 20th position where there's a tie between Josh Gagnon and Ryan Whitaker. So that is where we sit right now, point standings wise. A little bit of a shorter pre-race show this evening, so get your friends and family ready for some racing coming up here in just a few moments as we get out here and qualify at Daytona. Cars are out on track right now. Of course, we got the tricky weather that is in play that we have seen all season long, where practice actually started in the dark at like 5 a.m. It's already like into the early or mid-morning hours here. We're going to get to the green flag somewhere about noon and likely end this race under the lights. What is called 8x, the speed of time when it is all said and done. So we'll show cars here in just a second once they get up to speed. They're going to have 2 laps to qualify. And obviously that second lap will be the money lap. Now, I can go ahead and, I don't want to be the guy that spoils it, but I think I know who's going to win the pole here because he's usually untouchable at a track like this. But we shall see. And it's not Tyler Dalton because he's not here tonight. But I think we're going to be in line for what is about to be a wild race. And the reason being is you got old cars from basically the 1990s and 2000s that are racing. And if you remember those era of cars, the Gen 4, which is the car we're running, they don't really cooperate pushing each other. So there's a trick to it. So you got to be careful tonight because we could see some bump drafting go wrong and some wrecks happen. And, of course, you got the big one that can always show up anytime in a race like this. So we shall see. All right, so we got some cars starting their second qualifying lap. Let's kick it off with the Bud car. Jacob Gibson here. And for those who are watching tonight, I do owe you an apology. Last week, I never caught it until after the broadcast was over with. Somebody brought it up. You apparently never heard the audio of the broadcast. If you did, you probably heard through my microphone. So I do owe everyone that, and I'm making sure that issue is fixed. As here we go, first cars now crossing the line for the second lap. Whitaker on the pole, Uricchio to second, Gibson to third with a 48-38. Every time should go green over here on the right-hand side. Melnick up to second. Now the car I was talking about, that should be the pole sitter. Let's see if he does it. As Casey Carrington, who wins almost every pole at Daytona or Talladega, crosses the line. He actually does get the pole at a 31. He actually kind of cut the apron and then came back on track, which usually is not the way you do it. So we'll see if somebody can top that. Let's take a look at Matt Telder and his 23 car for Treehouse Autosport. Down the back straightaway, right on that yellow line. You can almost drift up just a little bit off that yellow line if you really wanted to. Just to kind of carry the speed and not chop the... He's already too high in the corner. That's probably going to hurt him. Craig Martin up to fourth. Ty Young right now 10th, and he just completed his run, so a little bit of a slower run there for the 28 car. As Telder going to come across the line. And he qualified basically where he said he was going to, in the back. So he's going to be Mr. Aggressive, I think, at the start of this race. There's a reason why he's known as Mr. Excitement. A lot of cars not really qualifying, which kind of shocks me here. Here's David Feit in a 15 car in the Gray Ghost. For those who do not know about the 1980 Daytona 500, you do not probably know much about the Gray Ghost. 48.59. And that was after lap 1 he went to the apron. Not the most orthodox way to run a speedway lap. He's going to actually run out of time and I get the second run in. So, all right, qualifying over with Casey Carrington going to be on the pole. Let's step away for the national anthem here on the Captain Esports Network.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right. National anthem over with. Let's take a look at the starting lineup as we get ready for round 4 here from Daytona. Bright sunny skies as per usual, but the time is going to be a lot like the weather here. If you don't like it, wait 5 minutes. Casey Carrington on the pole. Ryan Whitaker outside of row number 1. Stephen Melnick, Craig Martin, row 2. Melnick's going to be one to watch, I think, tonight. Kyle Ethier, Nick Uricchio. Uh-oh. What's going on with Ty's car? Ty just had a black screen issue, I think. Kind of ironic in this race. Let's see. Josh Parent and Daniel Giroux there, row 4. Row 5, Randy Cornwell. And there was Ty Young, who I think literally just had a screen issue or something, the way his car just locked up there. Ramsey and Fight there in row 7, row 8. Stephen Miles, Brandon Alphin, Josh Dillon, David Stringle, Chris Dean, Josh Gagnon, Bryson, Lewis Beaver, Lester, and Dom Russo. Going to be the 25th and final starter in this race. 65 laps tonight, 50% fuel, which should be somewhere in the 17 or 18 lap range. 77 degrees right now, 56% humidity, partly cloudy skies, winds out of the somewhere at 11. As they go through 3 and 4. So basically what will happen here is Ty will start the race on pit road if he's able to get back in here. I think he's on pit road, so yeah, there he is. So he should be good to go for the start. He just won't be, he'll be out of the pack here. So he's going to need a caution really quickly, or he could end up a lap down here. All right. Race number 4 of 10. The first super speedway of the season. with TI and Daytona. And here we go, green flag. Our cameras tonight presented by TrackCams22.com. You can check them out online on Facebook and the iRacing forums at TrackCams22.com. As you see Young leaving pit road right now as the cars wind up to speed. Just making sure I got the cameras all, or not cameras, but the paint schemes. I just realized I didn't have my paint program on. So everybody's car turns white there for a split second. You see one of the Treehouse Autosport cars going to the bottom as Casey getting pushed from Melnick. That Klein Torkel Chicken Pit Special. The 31, that is Josh Parent. Usually it's the 31, Sean Lester. He has moved over to the 3 car because that's him in that Dale car back there, that plus. As through the tri-oval, Carrington leads lap 1. Our cameras, of course, presented by TrackCams22.com. They're online on Facebook and the iRacing forums at TrackCams22.com. So we got, like, the front 15 cars or so, and trouble already. Cars making contact and through the grass. I don't know if anybody actually wrecked there. I think everybody just went sliding. And we're going to stay green, and this pack is really just broke up now. There's your leader. There's second and third. What in the world just happened? But not a single car pitted. Or not a single car spun. Oh, Melnick turned up across Whitaker's nose. And everybody just scatters to the grass. I talked earlier about Melnick being pretty aggressive on these tracks. He just comes up the track into Whitaker. Martin gets turned into the 92 of Giroux, but everybody stays straight. The Dale and Dale show in the grass. And that's one thing this league does not do. They do not throw cautions manually. It's all iRacing. So this pack is already spread out. As you see 3 cars in a line, you got Jacob Gibson holding on by a thread. And then you got the rest of the hounds trying to get back up there. Who's got damage? I see the 92, the 222, the 51's got damage. Oh, there's that pushing you got to be careful of. You saw Lewis getting all tail happy. There's a way to push with these cars without getting in the bubble or without hitting the car. You can get right in the bubble. As Dale Jr. sometimes will explain in a broadcast, think of a beach ball being between the bumpers, and you squeeze that beach ball, and it expands out as you push. You can do that with these cars, and the car will pick up speed and pull away a little bit. On board with Whitaker. That almost was the caution Ty Young needed. The Dale paint scheme up there in at 3. That's the 98 paint scheme right there. Josh Gagnon pushing Telder. Gagnon said to me in a private chat yesterday with Telder in that channel with me that he was going to win this race tonight. He was calling his shot. there's Gibson right now in 4th, and then your 3 cars that are being slowly reeled in. These 3 are actually doing a great job of pushing each other and maintaining speed with that pack. Appreciate the viewers who are sticking around watching here so far tonight. We got friends and family that enjoy the kind of stream like this. Make sure you send them over and watch. Let's see. So this pack is getting bigger and bigger now. It's up to 21st now. So we got a pack of about 15 cars back here. And then David Fight, Devin Ramsey, and there's Ramsey getting pushed by Miles. Those guys checked up for the wreck. Fight will probably join this pack, and then Ty Young is back here hoping for a yellow after having to start on pit road. What looked like a potential black screen issue or whatever, which is similar to what we saw last week in an accident. The difference being when it's an AI situation, or not an AI situation, but a VR situation, basically, you still have kind of control of the car, where when it's a screen issue or something like that, basically your car is going to turn one way or another. We're going to complete lap number 9 already. And these guys are mostly single file right now. You see Melnick with the right side damage after the contact with the 51. Shoot, shoot. So 3,500 right now for we're placing bets on iRacing. That's funny right there. Yeah, it's not a bad move. But then again, the Truck Series race on Thursday last week only had 1 caution. But that's the trucks. These cars you can't push like the trucks. The trucks you could pretty much slam somebody and just literally push them. And the great news here at Daytona is everybody's pretty much in the draft. So as long as everybody's in the draft, if a caution does come out, Young would be the lucky dog recipient. You see the separation. It's about 4 seconds right now from the back of Eurykio to the front of Cornwell. And that, it's actually holding strong. This is going to sound kind of weird and dumb at the same time when I say this, because you would think by logic this would not work. But what needs to happen right now is about where I would say Telder is. Nah, a little bit further ahead. Maybe about where Dillon is. Josh Dillon there in that 88 car. They need to jump to the top and go side by side with the other pack of cars here. The reason being is right now, this line is so long that it's separating them out. And it's causing them to slow up, and it's actually causing them to lose time to these 3 who are pushed together. So if they go side by side, you have a smaller pack on one lane and a smaller pack in the other lane. It allows you to push on both sides, and as long as you're not side drafting, guess what? You'll catch the pack in front. It's tricky, though. But the other part, too, is you're going to have pit stops coming up here in probably 3 to 4 or 5 laps, somewhere in that range. I know it sounds kind of counterintuitive because of what you see like in real life. You got to stay single file to be fast. But with these cars, just the way the way this package is and so on and so forth, it just becomes tricky. I mean, look how spread out some of these cars are. Look where the 19 and the 3 is. Look where look at the gaps between those cars. All that's doing is giving you a big run, and then you're checking up when you catch the pack. That time by they maintained at a 45.29. They gained about 0.3. There's Young going a lap down. Now let's see if Ty can catch on here. He might be able to attach that second. He actually might help this second pack, actually, as I think about it more, because they get within about a second and a half. All right, so you see Craig Martin, you see up there, that is Ty Young in the corner. I'll tell you this, that lead's getting bigger. Look at these guys. They're again, it's because these cars are spreading out. You got to have the cars almost on top of another, and they got to be pushing. You see Ethier, he's up there doing everything he can with Cornwell. Lewis is doing everything with Ethier. Whitaker, kind of the same thing. If you can keep the car off the apron, that checks Martin up. That's not going to help this pack at all. And then you got a gap here at Giroux, between Giroux and Dillon. I mean, Gibson's got to get up on Josh. Lester's got to get up. Telder's already there. Look at this gap right here between Telder and Melnick. That's not going to help. So these three doing exactly what they need to do to pull away, and now they're starting to catch them. See how Ethier's got a little bit of space. That's that bubble. Drafting lessons with the captain right here. By the way, this is a iRacing Daytona 500 winner, captain. Gonna try to get it again this season. All right, so Young is losing that pack slowly here. So for Ty, his best bet now is to just fall back. And that other pack's going to catch him. Who's that, Gagnon or Telder jumped out of line up there? It's Gagnon. And you see him jump in line in front of Melnick. Good move on Gagnon's part there. Now that puts Josh in to help the 23 now. Horses track built back in 1959. Hosted its first 500 then. Lee Petty winning that race after about a 3-day review. All right, so we should see pit stops, I'm thinking, right here. If not the next lap or so. So that pack is now caught, has knocked off about a half second that lap. Speeds right at 200 miles an hour through these corners as they get tightened up on the pack. Ramsey and Miles have pretty much lost the draft themselves. They're 11 seconds back with David Feit trying to catch on. Telder's moving up, so I think we're at pit stops here. Either that or Telder's just trying to see what's going on. One of the two. All right, I'm wrong again. What else is new? So if I'm Ty here, it's not the best thing to do. Okay, you can go up there too. I was going to say, I would keep around the yellow line there and make everybody get around, then jump in the draft. But he should be good enough here with everybody in this line. He should be able to get in a spot somewhere and join in. There he goes, right in line, right in front of the, I think that's the one car in front of the three. So Carrington's led every lap here so far in this race as it's been single file. Lap number 2, everybody pretty much separated when a near wreck off turn 4 spread this pack out pretty well. And it's been like this ever since. That second pack just trying to catch the front pack. And some pit stops. Here comes Telder, Gagnon, and Melnick. Oh, and there goes Telder, Gagnon. And not Melnick, though, but both of them go spinning. That's going to be an unsafe penalty for Telder. Not sure what happened to Gagnon, but more cars. Here comes Ramsey, here comes Miles, and David Fite trying to spin. What in the world happened here? Both of them lock up. Gagnon turns her sideways. Both of them having issues. All right, here come the leaders to pit road. And around goes the Beaver, I'm sorry, the 97 car. No car. Oh, Russo gets ran over. Trying to get to his pit stall by the 7. Cornwell's out in the grass. Oh, the pit stop follies. One thing I should share for those who do not iRace, you do not have a spotter on pit road. It does not tell you who's where. You gotta know where the cars are and stuff when it comes to coming to pit road. See Kyle Ether is able to jump up and you see him kind of checking up, trying to let Carrington and these guys catch up. What is, something's wrong with Ether here. Is Ether out of gas or something? He's got smashed in rear end here. Yeah, Ether's not pitted, so he's out of gas. Gonna coast his way into pit road. So we'll cycle through here and we'll show you where everybody is. That was some intense stuff right there. Let's go back to the second round of pit stops here. Okay, so here, what we got here? So Miles leaving pit road. Oh, what in the world? Dean having some brake issues, and then the 8. Oh, that's a strike ball from the 48. Dean's his car not stopping. I heard him talking about some kind of issues with his pedals. There's Russo getting turned. But what caused the Cornwell and Ether issue? Oh, no. Oh, no. Lewis did good staying off of him. He actually tags the inside wall, and then these two actually tangle. And here comes Dean finishing them off. That is what? About 8 cars that had pit issues? So Dean's off the track. Ether's still on pit road. And Josh Parent now leads this race. Casey Carrington second. You got the lap car of Josh Gagnon on the bottom in the 79. Here comes Craig Martin. The 222 is in third. And then Lewis is there in the 111. He's got Daniel Giroux, Jacob Gibson, Nick Uricchio, Ryan Whitaker. The 8 cars in this pack along with Gagnon. And then your second car, a couple of cars, I should say. There's Ty Young, the lap car. Alex Bryson in 11th. Sorry, Bryson's actually in 9th. And then 10th is David Stringle. Brandon Alphin 11th. Sean Lester is 12th with the Dale and Dale show again here. Josh Dillon there 13th. And then Beavers there pushing Telder, who's a lap down. Beavers 14th. Melnick back here in 15th. And then Ramsey and Miles pushing each other here. Miles is pretty much going to be pushing all night to try to get a caution here or something. David Fight 17 seconds back is, I thought they were wrecking up here for a second. But that's just kind of showing you where everybody is here in a nutshell right now. These guys are getting racy now. Whitaker all by himself up there getting the draft. Check the weather real quick, see where we're at. 3:30 Eastern time. 85-degree track temp. 78-degree ambient, so that temp's going to probably start dropping now, as we're about 2 hours sim time from darkness. And Carrington's going to bail out. And you see this pack of cars now getting lined up with each other. Ty needs to stay on the back of that 7 car. There's some pushing going on. Probably Casey Carrington for a second, and thanks to Casey for updating these cameras that he has brought out to us and allowed us to use for the broadcast here on board cameras. And he has actually hit us with a, yep, we have our own helmet cam now. You can see literally what Casey is seeing, a little more wider of a shot than what maybe he's seeing on board. You can see everything going on right now, right from his helmet there. You see Eurykio there in front of him. He's kind of peeking up ahead, just seeing where the pack is, what's going on. He sees lap cars up ahead. As Lewis and Whitaker top of the board right now. Josh Parent leading. Or I'm sorry, got this messed up. Parent there with the 79 car, and then Alex Bryson is leading the second pack. I was like, wait a minute, Parent's not leading the second pack. But almost a halfway already in this race, just flying by as we've been caution free, though we pretty much wrecked on lap 2. Nobody spun. That's David Fight up ahead with, I think it's Cornwell there, that they're going to come up on and put a lap down. And again, thank you to those watching this race tonight. I'll give some shout outs here. Roderick Moore, Aaron Thomas checking us out. Luke Walker, Jesse Evans, Sean Grimes, Nestor Diaz, Tom Baker, Race Fan 1973. See, who did I not get? Carlos Aguilar, Daniela Giansante. I think I covered everybody watching. I appreciate you guys. And let's see what people are saying here in chat a little bit. Aaron saying Dean shouldn't have been on track. Well, that I know he might have. I don't know what the issue is with the pedals. He just kind of mentioned it to me. that he was, what he was saying something was about his gen, because he's been running a lot of road racing cars, as we all have. So I don't know if it was a pedal situation or just a calibrate. Oh, that is not how you pass lap traffic at Daytona. One car went to the bottom, the other one went to the top. No, thank you guys. Thank you. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Like I said, tell your friends and family. Love for you guys to come out every night and chat and have fun and sit here and call some racing, doing things that we love to do, video games or Sims. Of course, tomorrow night, no racing now with that league being over with. And then Thursday night, back at it at Auto Club Speedway for the trucks. And then Friday night, it is the All-American Cup Series, just like this, except under the lights of Daytona for 200 miles. So Bryson's been able to chop some time out of this, but not much. It's down to 3.3 from Parent to Bryson. Parent being the last car in line. Well, he's one of the last cars in line up there at the front. And then these guys. And then you got 9.9 seconds back to Leave It to Beaver. Sean Lester, Joshton Dillon, Devin Ramsey, and Miles are not a part of that pack. They're still out there trying to push each other. They've passed Melnick, Cornwell fighting all those guys. They just need what this field needs is a yellow. And right now, I just don't see one happening unless once the aggressiveness starts here in a little bit. We're going to have another pit stop probably in about 5 laps. Lewis has himself plenty of super speedway wins. Of course, the guy that runs the show here. We haven't seen many lead changes tonight, and it's not because of the package. Trust me, if these guys were in a pack, the racing would be intense. This package is similar to the late 2000, early 2001 Cup package that saw the passing all over the place. At Talladega and Daytona, of course, it was the package that Dale was in when he was killed in 2001. But the racing was intense. And it was because of this wicker bill, and I'm going to show you the car, or show you the bill here on top of the track, on top of the car. So as we ride with David Stringle here, who says birds aren't real, let me spin the camera around. That little thing right there, it's all like 1 inch tall. That thing right there produces so much drag in a car that it brings a big wake in the air and allows the cars behind to get a draft and catch up, and it creates big time runs in the car. Roderick Moore dropping some bars in chat. I'm trying to think the last time somebody's actually dropped bars in chat like that. I mean, I've been notorious to say something like in the broadcast or whatever, if somebody, I don't know, catches me just in the middle of a little pattern where all of a sudden I say 3 or 4 sentences in a row that rhyme. Go back to, was it Happy Gilmore? Meet me by the bay, you just may. Do you like to eat hay? Something like that. I forget the line. Oh, Taylor's going to be pissed at me. So we're past halfway. 38 laps complete. We still got pit stops. And did anybody learn their lesson from that first round? Let's, we're actually going to feed some audio in here. It's something I've never done before. I always try to find things I've never done before. You're not actually hearing the audio. I have it muted here. I'm actually streaming Telder's chat right now while Matt Telder is actually on Twitch right now. And so we're having fun now. Dallas is, I'm not going to get into detail here, but Dallas basically is not here. So we'll just leave it at that. Only the great Ty Young. That's great right there. Well done, Baker. Well, since Roderick is saying I'm the GOAT and he's dropping bars on me, I kind of got to respond back to this by saying, if I'm the GOAT, I live in a boat. In the water, I float. Bags I like to tote. I'm running out of words. Anyways. So Carrington trying to work the top side here of the 92. I was going to use the word moat, but I figured since I said I live on a boat, I can't live on a moat too. I like a root beer float. All right, so the outside line starting to form up. Cornwell pushing Carrington, who actually drops back to the bottom. So it's 2.6 now from Bryson up to this pack. And you see the sun now going to start to set as we hit the darkness part. It's the interesting thing about the way we've set up these races this season is the darkness and the way time moves. Basically 60 seconds in a minute when it comes to the time in real life. Speeded up 8 times. So what is it, roughly... And here we go with pit stops. Lewis, Whitaker, Melnick coming in hot. That's going to be a speeding penalty. Stringle, Gagnon, Bryson. A lot of these cars is Miles and Ramsey, by the way, pit the last time by. Oh, and around goes Gagnon, and around goes Bryson. It looks like Gagnon towed. Dom locking it down. Yeah, it would not be right of me, Trent, and you guys asking about that. Oh, Ethier hip checking Ty Young going to pit road. It wouldn't be right of me to comment here about it, put it like that, with the issue that's going on there. So it's been addressed by the league officials. As who back there? Ty Young just hit the inside wall. Carrington just overshot. I mean, everybody's having pit issues here. I guess this is not a good time for me to say the championship race is at Talladega. Oh. And whoever has the least amount of pit road issues is going to be the guy that wins this race. Here comes Lewis. He's got the oh, and there, boom goes the dynamite on the 31. The AT&T car has lost service. Was that a money shift? He's not going to make it back. This might be your caution. It depends on how close he gets to the track. With those cars right there, he's off the track. So it might not be. How iRacing triggers cautions is how close other cars get to the 31. They're going to fly by him here in a second if they haven't already. There they go by him, and it still hasn't triggered anything, so we're still green. Well, this has been the all-time, like, holy crap race. I mean, there has not been a mistake made by, I think, a single car. Everybody's made mistakes. All right, wow, that didn't sound right. Everybody has made mistakes. There's not been one flawless pit stop by anybody. So Parent did not make it back to the pit, so he had to tow. All right, let's see if we can go back here. Well, we have 17 to go. We still got a minute here. Let's go back to all these pit stops and see what in the world. Let's start with Gagnon here. And... what? Yes! Let me know where the bar is. I'll put it as a sponsor. Dude, you can stream anytime you want to. Just let me know when. I'll put you on the channel. Give me a logo or whatever. I'll put you on here. You need it on the podcast. Let's see. Gagnon. Oh, Gagnon went to the wrong stall. And then he just slams, gets slammed into by the 38. So there was that. And here come more cars back here. Dom Russo just did not slow up big time. Let's just put the camera right here and just watch everybody come back to pit road as everybody settles here for a second, because more cars are going to be coming. Here comes more. Bam, there's either hitting Ty. And then right down here at the bottom, you're going to see everybody doing a good job checking up here. Ty's going to get turned by Cornwell right there. Ouch. Captain Crunch. And then Carrington slides past the stall right here. He has to back up a little bit. I mean, the pit stop follies. Holy cow. We're still green. 15 laps to go. I have a feeling there's going to be some unhappy people after this race, and I'm just going to put this out there. A lot of this is on the pit stops and the people not practicing pit stops or whatever. McSwiggins, Irish pub. Nice. Have a pint. That's awesome, man. Yeah, feel free. I mean, I'm trying to think of a way I can send you. I mean, heck, I'm on the air all the time. I mean, every night, but tomorrow night and Saturday I'll be on the air. So feel free to stream whenever you want. You get somebody with enough Guinness in them, they're going to be like, ah, this looks so real, man. Okay, that was terrible, but still. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What, 12 cars in this lead pack. Bryson and Stringle, Gibson. There's these three cars here running at a pack. There's Jacob Gibson. And then you got Ramsey Miles, Telder. Sean Lester's in this pack with Eurykio and Ty Young there. Ramsey and Miles have been pretty much tandeming the whole entire time. How they've been able to get up to almost the top 10 is amazing. But I still, one mistake right now in this race, and this all turns upside down. And everybody's back in this race for the most part as they come up on Josh Dillon. Put him a lap down in the 88. Hashtag Dale drive the truck. As a reminder, too, you can also follow the Captain Esports Network on Facebook, on Twitter. We're actually on TikTok, too, even though I do not shoot videos much at all. I've done like 4. Sorry in advance. Oh, they almost wrecked right there. Eurykio chopped down. Favorite NASCAR crash? Trent Easter asked me. I don't know if I have actually, you know what? I do have a favorite NASCAR crash. Only because, like, it is so... It might be the weirdest crash I've ever seen in NASCAR. Because I don't really have a favorite crash. Anytime somebody crashes, I don't think it's cool. I'm not one of those. But 1981 Daytona 500. Jeff Bodine, he says that he blew a motor and had no control of his car. But if you go look it up on YouTube after the race, please do it after the broadcast. He goes through 3 and 4, loses the motor, and there's the part of the track where the tunnel is. He proceeds to drive over that hill and into the infield. And I'm like, okay. You could easily say that he was just like looking for somewhere to go to the bathroom, maybe. But he says he blew a motor. So if you want to call that my favorite crash of all time, it's kind of hilarious the way it looked. So the lights are back on at Daytona as we come to 10, make that 9 laps to go. We have not had a single caution in this race. Should we have had a caution? Yeah, but iRacing didn't throw one. So, hey. Oh, contact in the back here, right behind. They clicked on the wrong car. Craig Martin is right. There's your caution. Craig Martin, and I didn't see the blue car. Is that Eurykio? No, it's Josh Gagnon. Oh, if you're on... Oh, wow. Let's slide up here a little bit more and see where this transpires. Hey, don't blame me. I'm just calling the race like I see it. All right, that wasn't this lap. So there's Martin getting turned. Oh, Dominic. Or was it? Yeah, check up there. Russo just gets in the back of Craig. And then Gagnon nowhere to go. All right. 7 laps to go. what has been a fairly clean race is about to break out. Fake pit stops. Who's going to... This is a chance for people to get their damage fixed who's got damage on their cars. I think Melnick is going to get the wave around, or the lucky dog here. And there are 3 green-white checkers for those curious. Well, but I'm going to talk to anybody. For the sake of Casey's relationship with me as a broadcaster in his league and stuff, and him being the driver he is, I'm going to leave him alone. I'm going to leave Whitaker alone. But there's one guy I don't have a problem talking to at all at this point in this race, and that's going to be this guy right here, Chris Lewis, the driver of the Triple Ones. Turn that mic on, guy.
Oh, I can't. There it goes.
There
I think that.
Yeah, I can hear you. You're here. All right, man, you're running third, 7 laps to go. I figured who's the one person I could talk to and get away with talking right now as we come to the green here in 2 laps before a restart and could wreck and not get mad at me. And first guy I come to was you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if I wreck, I mean, it's not going to be a big surprise.
All right, so obviously we had the big scatter on lap 2, which spread everybody apart. And then I'm going to go ahead and suggest that at Talladega in a couple weeks, when we get to the final race, that we probably create a 30-minute extra practice just for people to pit.
Well, did you see me pit the first time?
What you've done is nothing compared to what has happened around you.
That's good, because I smacked the inside wall.
We have had a wreck in the grass. We have had we've had multiple wrecks on pit road. We have had, let's see what else. Make sure I got everything here. A couple cars overshoot their pit stalls. We had teammates synchronize spin into turn 4. Yeah, we've had it all.
That's good. That sounds like we've had an eventful race. It's been quiet in this 111 Marion Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Dodge Charger. But I'm right behind my buddy here in this Kevin Whitaker Chevrolet, and we about to go.
So, without going into details, the events of this week that have happened, you think he'll run with you?
I mean, he ran with me and stayed behind me that whole last stint, and I really appreciate all the hard work that he put into it. He did really good. He gave me a couple shots, and a couple of them I got loose on. When I got loose, he kind of backed off a little bit. So, this pink Kevin Whitaker Chevrolet Camaro is going to be nice to see if we can push a little further up front here.
Little car dealership tandem. Well, great news for you being the league owner. There is a Irish pub in the Colony, Texas, called McSwiggins that is going to stream the broadcast next week from Charlotte. I think that's where we're at.
That's awesome. Now I'm going to have to go to McSwiggins.
Yes, and have a McBeer.
Yeah.
So
that sounds amazing.
All right, man. Have fun. Good luck. Going green.
Thank you.
Make sure you're in second gear. Chris Lewis there and getting ready to go green. League owner there, by the way. He's the one that puts this whole show together. All right, so 5 laps to go. I didn't get to do a turn it up segment tonight, so I'm just going to leave that one out because all hell's about to break loose. Coming to the green. Carrington on the top side is your leader with Nick Uricchio helping him out. Ethier with a big restart up top. Yeah, have 14 cars on the lead lap right now. Who is that off the pace back there? Well, if I'm a lap car, I am falling to the back and letting them wreck. Because that'll be the easiest way to get a lucky dog. If there's any contact with the lap cars during the wreck, it eliminates the lucky dog from that person. And in iRacing, they actually move it to the next car. They don't take it away altogether like NASCAR does. Four laps to go. Oh, the Ether are making moves. He's trying to get his lap back the hard way here. That's Telder up on the top side, pushing Bryson. So you got a lot of lap cars in this pack that are trying to get to the lead, or at least to the front as close as they can to get a lucky dog if they wreck. So you can't blame them for getting up in there. Daniel Giroux, that's him in the for sale mobile outside lane. Might have to call that the classified car. '21 car up the middle. Brandon Alphin, an Asheville winner. Not really has any help. There's Bryson. Ooh, easy to 3 car. About slid up into him. Oh. Oh, around goes Carrington. Off of Eureka in the big wreck. Miles gets clobbered. There goes Beaver into the wall. Ramsey into the wall. That is a bump draft gone wrong. Right there. Right on cue. Caution is out with 3 to go. You cannot push these cars in the middle of the corner. A lot of damage on these cars. And ironically, I think the anti-curse worked. Lewis did not get involved in that wreck, and I spoke with him. All right, so we are going to get a green-white checker here. Oh, yeah, I mean, look at that. The 36 is completely lifting the 37 off the ground in the corner. You just can't do it. I mean, Giroux gets through. Right there is the contact with Ty Young, so he doesn't get the lucky dog. Yeah, a lot of cars involved. Let's go on board with Alphin. We'll start there. He just checks up a little bit, and Bryson gets in the back end. He slams the inside wall, and everybody's coming down the track. Then he gets clobbered. Ooh, there's a smack in the outside wall by somebody. Now let me pick another car out real quick. Let's ride with Dylan. That is Cornwell, by the way. It smacks that outside wall. Cornwell's nowhere to go. Oof. Left front tire is probably not turning. Oof. How about David Stringle in the 7? Gonna get in the door. Oh boy. Great job locking it down. So by my count, I've got 5 cars that are not in a wreck here right now. Let's check Gibson in the 19 and see where he's at in this whole thing. There's Giroux. I'm sorry. Here's Gibson. That's how you do it right there. All right. Pace car lights are out. Green, white checker number 1. The good news here about this car, this thing is durable. This thing can get repaired and be fixed and be fast still. As long as you didn't hurt the engine. As we come back to green, white checker number 1. Whitaker gets a jump here. Let's see if Lewis moves down. He does, at least not quickly. Oh, 3. Did he tag the wall accidentally? Might be the wonkiest restart I've seen in a while. Lewis leaves himself hanging on the top side. Here comes Melnick back into the picture. Strangle's going to go help Lewis. Stephen Miles going to join this battle as the white flag is out to wreck it again. Wrecking multiple times. However, the green's going to stay out because we hit the white flag. I have no clue what that restart was. That might have been one of the ugliest restarts I've ever seen on a super speedway here in iRacing. Whitaker's in the wall. There goes Carrington and Ethier and Miles with contact. Are you kidding me? The 3 car. Sean Lester takes Dale back to victory lane. I'm just going to be straightforward. That was the I don't even know how to explain that green, white checker run. I saw people making moves that you would never do in iRacing. Lester, who is actually an employee of Richard Childress Racing, takes Dale to victory lane. He's going to celebrate like Dale did in 98. 20 years of trying. I'm having flashbacks. All right, let's Lester up here to victory lane. Dude, I'm still trying to break down what I watched first in that race, but now I'm really breaking down the camera angle I'm using with you doing donuts in the grass with the 3-car with that paint scheme.
Yeah, so I seen it when I picked it, and I was just like, well, we're going to see how this goes. You know, you either go big or go home. And, well, of course, it's
I was going to say, you might have to show RC this tomorrow.
Yeah, I know, but so it was more just a lot of luck. So I ended up splitting the middle. I gained 5-6 spots off of that. Then that caution came out, and then I just kind of waited. And then once I got into third, it was pretty much first and second's decision on what they wanted to do, and I was just gonna find the empty hole and take it.
Now you definitely did your part here tonight, man. That obviously we had wildness pretty much from the start of the race with the contact with Whitaker and Melnick split the field up, went green all the way to about 10 laps to go or so, and then just talk about what you saw there, man. I mean, it was it just chaos there, just trying to put yourself in the right spot.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, for most of the race, I thought, we weren't going to get a caution. I was about to get lapped by the leaders, honestly, because they were catching us fast. We just got lucky with that caution coming out, and then I decided to take tires and then take a full tank of gas, and then pretty much it was a lot of luck after that, trying to find the right holes. Everybody raced clean for the most part, gave each other plenty of room, and it's just crazy. Said it's a lot of luck in this one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, still a win's a win. So how's that part feel?
That's good. It's it's been a rough couple of seasons in this league. Getting close to winning. Something go wrong or just a mental error, but it's good to just finally, get a win and just be able to, tell yourself that you're able to win again. Then use that as motivation for the coming weeks.
There you go. Well, great job tonight, man. Congratulations. Welcome to Victory Lane here, the third winner in the 3-car this season. And send some shout-outs over you like to.
Yeah, so I'd like to thank Lewis, hosting this league for multiple seasons now. I've, been racing in it since the beginning. It's been lots of fun, thanks to you for putting on the broadcast as always. And then, the teammates helping me out, week in and week out. And they're just really helping me out tonight. And then just kind of talking me through those last lap or two, just kind of to set myself up there. So I'd like to shout out them.
Well, great job tonight, man. Congratulations, and go celebrate this win.
So I appreciate it.
You too, buddy. Sean Lester with the victory here tonight. And I'm just going to send you this channel, but nobody's there. But congratulations to him as he's going to get there and celebrate. And We'll talk to our second place finisher here, Daniel Giroux in the 92 car, who gets his best finish so far in his short career here in TI Racing. And Daniel, obviously, that was a crazy finish. I did not get a chance to even see the situation between you and Whitaker. I'm going to have to go back and watch that before I ask what happens there. But the finish second got to feel pretty good.
Yeah, that was definitely a race, that's for sure. I was looking back at the replay after that because at first I thought it was completely my fault, but looking back at it, he threw it was like just barely a late enough block to where it's the last lap.
I'm seeing it right now.
I'm not gonna back out of it. It's the last lap, especially like with how new I am to all this too. Like I just got to go for it. So like if I do feel bad for if that killed the guys behind me though. Like definitely was not, I hate it for them. Don't want to ruin anyone else's race because of stupid decisions, but
That's, unfortunately, that's the way this race set up, man. And I know it's not the way you want to go out there and do that kind of thing, but you said it. It's a last lap. You've got your right to make a move, and he made the decision to block, and you obviously were there because you made the contact. But still a tough spot. But however, still a second place finish as you put as I'm calling now, the classified car in P2.
Yeah, they were telling me a bit about that before the race, how you cut to the onboard of guy behind me.
Yeah, you got an interesting rear end. Let's put it like that.
If you need me to change it, I can. But otherwise, I like it.
Hey, you're eating an animal, I guess, or something. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I don't know how to word that without getting in trouble from somebody. But anyways, so great job tonight, and obviously just wildness from the start.
Yeah, I'll say me and Craig on that lap 2 incident, we got turned into each other, so we didn't even think we were gonna make it through the race at first because we both had wheel damage. But it's funny how it worked out.
Yeah, right. Well, great job tonight. Congratulations, and send some shout outs whoever you like to.
I'd like to thank Dallas Childers, big part of my life, big part of my career here at TI. Yeah, Casey helped me with some drafting stuff that I didn't really know about, so that was actually really nice. Very helpful. But yeah, I gotta go do my homework.
Yeah,
if that's okay.
Go do some homework. All right, man. Congratulations, buddy.
Yeah, thank you.
You too. Daniel Giroux, gonna go do some homework. And congratulations to him. And going to, just about victory lane, finishing second here tonight. So good job on his part. I want to bring Lewis up here, but I have a feeling he's in the chat with a couple people right now. So, yeah, let's go through the final results here. Actually, let's go through the whole final lap and break this all down of what took place, because this started pretty much as soon as the white flag came out. And for those who have never watched iRacing until you've seen this stream or previous streams of mine, iRacing is different from NASCAR when it comes to the final lap. When the leader gets to the white flag, or shortly past it, the race is over at that point. There's no cautions coming out. So it's pretty much everybody get back to the checkered flag, checkers or wreckers, whatever you got to do. So let's start with that part. Okay, so here we go. Final lap. And you see Stringle gets turned. There goes Gibson getting turned. And from here, we stay green. So that wreck is happening back behind them. You see Gibson's actually gone full Boyer mode over here in turn 1. And there's an ARCA breaker. And then they get down the back straightaway here. And this is where you're going to see the move for the lead. As the 3's giving the 92 a good little push there. And bam, 51 gets turned. And from there, more chaos happens. And from there, it becomes the Dale Daniel show. As they come back to the checker here, Daniel just not enough momentum. And Sean was able to carry it across the line there and take the win in this race. And now the final results Sean Lester wins it. Giroux, Lewis, Alphin, Eurykio, and Whitaker, your top 6. Bryson, Dillon, Carrington, Melnick, your top 10. Miles, Gibson, Stringle, Fight, Young, Telder, and Martin, your top 17 finishers. As you show the rest of your 25 starters that ran: Ramsey, Ethier, Russo, Beaver, Cornwell, Gagnon, Parent, and Dean. The 25 finishers tonight, as this is going to be an interesting one to talk about when it gets to the podcast next week. And going from there. So, as I think Lewis has joined me because I hear him making a whole bunch of noises. Yep, there he is. Lewis is here. And obviously third place finish. And I don't even know what to say.
I was wondering if I was going to get my third place interview. I mean, I was like 10th at the line, and then all of a sudden I'm in third.
Well, I see just the chaos there. I saw you never Kyle and those guys in chat, so I'm like, maybe I ought to leave them alone right now, but just wow. I don't know what to say about that.
It was a blast. I thought tonight was a blast. Me and Kyle had some words exchanged during the race, and on pit road, Kyle's my buddy. So everything's fine. I love Kyle. He loves me. We're good.
Well, obviously, it was a tough race at the end there. It actually started from lap 2. It was tough with everything spreading out, and then the chaos ensues. And obviously, I'm looking in chat, a lot of angry people, it looks like, at each other over there. So I think it's turned into a typical. It's funny. We go to a truck series, and we have awesome races on super speedways. We come over here, and yeah.
Well, here's the good part about this. If you don't like it, there's the door.
Well, there you go. So, well, great job tonight, and send some shout out to everybody too.
I just want to thank Whitaker. He stayed with me that whole second run. Gave me some good pushes. I really do appreciate that. Sean Lester winning his first race. Good job, buddy. I know you're listening. I know. The RCR guy wins the race in the Dale car at Daytona. You can't get any more magical than that.
No.
Want to thank Marion Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Asheville Rooftop Bar Tours, 4D Sportswear. If you're a sim racer and you need some gloves or some shoes, go look at 4D Sportswear.
Yes,
it's ran by my good friend Jim Herrick. Things are in the works for something that we're going to surprise Scala with soon, and
I already got a computer from you guys.
And you got some shoes, too.
I got shoes, too, right here. I got them right in my hand. 4D Racewear, right there, yeah.
And I want to thank you, buddy. I was watching, from my car, the broadcast. You did a great job tonight. And, yeah, can't wait for next week, and can't wait for Auto Club on Thursday.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Congratulations, and yeah, that was an interesting race. So great job there, and we'll see you Thursday. So, wow. All right. Yeah. Anyways, we're gonna move on. I'm just there's Discord channels obviously for this league, and there's some unhappy people over there right now, but we'll go from there. So the race was interesting, to say the least. A typical Daytona race, and it broke out here tonight, and hopefully you guys had fun. Appreciate the viewers for watching here tonight, as obviously you saw an interesting show here. But next Tuesday night, just to verify, I said it was Charlotte. I want to make sure it's Charlotte. I should know because I put the schedule together. It is actually the old Atlanta next week, not new Atlanta. The old Atlanta, which you can actually race here on iRacing. So, and I'm not talking about the old regular oval. I mean the quad oval 1.54 mile worn out surface next week for week number 5 at Atlanta, before we go to Charlotte the following week. So that should be a pretty fun race, I'd say. So, all right, let's head out and enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night. Appreciate all the viewers for, again, checking this out. And as we go, always remember, this isn't just a game. It's iRacing. See ya!